Go for tomorrow.
What's happening, people? Welcome back to another episode of Red Divided. Myself, Tommy.
You got Ade here.
And you got myself, Ham, aka Leandro Trossard, Arteta's best signing, most valuable signing.
You
Yeah.
I'm not
I
obviously.
think so. I don't. I might be wrong, you know. I might
not
be wrong.
rare.
In my mind, recency bias.
Yeah.
That's our best Emirates transfer.
I'm not trying to compare him to a Jota, but do you seem like a Jota?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But then, for some reason, I feel like Jota's always going to be on peripheral. Like he's not going to break into their first 11. He'll play every now and then.
It's just the injuries.
It's just because he does get into the 11, but then he will get injured.
I think
then
the reason why I say that is because he's fighting with Gakpo and Nunes as a 9.
No, but he's better than all of them.
Yeah, he's better. No, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Klopp. If we ask Klopp, do you think that's his front three? Like if he said everyone fit, my front three is Diaz, Jota, Salah. Like if you was to ask Klopp, okay.
Yeah, I think so.
The reason why I say that is because I think Trossard is he's our Jota, but he's a starter now.
Just because Jota keeps getting injured.
Yeah, I think Jota starts. I think Jota starts if he's not injured. Like he gets a run of games.
The only reason why I say that is because Jota's finished his chances all round football. Even if you ask my Liverpool fans, they'll say his all round game is not complete. But in terms of like in front of, he's their best finisher.
Yeah.
Whereas Gakpo is a neater footballer, but won't get as much goals as
Well, I don't think it's all round.
And then Nunes is just not.
Yeah,
Nunes is just rubbish. By the way, we have to give Tom credit for this. Sorry, I keep saying this every week, but I have to give you a segment. Right. Before they got Nunes, remember we were just like, Benfica. I remember we even spoke on the phone. I said, he looks good, you know, he looks decent and whatnot. Yeah. And Tom was always like, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure.
I'm not convinced.
Yeah. But the guy is, I don't care what he's got. You see people, every time I tweet, people give me, his goal and assist contribution. I don't give a damn. I watch football with my eyes. Yeah. Man, trash, bro. Trash.
Bro, it's with your eyes, bro. I forget those stats and everything. Because even Jackson, we'll talk about Jackson in a bit. I can give Jackson a blind because Jackson, when you watch football, he gets involved in absolutely everything.
Jackson only started playing football last year, you know. I'm taking the piss, but you only started playing football at 16 or something.
The reality is, Jackson's not number 9. He's a forward. Like, if you play him as an inside forward, he's going to do a lot better. But because he's playing as a number 9, he looks shit. Right? Because he misses so many chances.
I take him over Nunes.
He misses a lot of chances.
Yeah, they both
miss a lot of chances.
Not a number, but Jackson, in Jackson's own, he's not a number 9.
Yeah, because when I saw Jackson, I remember saying this. I saw him in pre-season because I've never seen him play before.
He's just at Villarreal, isn't it?
I think
he had one season at Villarreal.
Yeah, I saw him pre-season. I thought this guy's a baller. But then, what I specifically said, I think he will have a good season. The only thing I'm not sure what he's going to do is what he does in front of goal. That was the only thing I said. And then he hasn't. But
I think he's not, because you know what? I never forget Drogba's first season at Chelsea. Yeah. Drogba's first season at Chelsea. If they could have shipped him back, they would have shipped him back to Marseille. Because everything was raw, all round game. And then Drogba is a Premier League legend. He's left the Premier League as a legend. Yeah. I'm not saying Jackson is gonna be Drogba, but he 100% gets that first season grace from me.
Yeah, of course.
And I think he's got 16 all comps.
Yeah.
That's
but the thing is, like, he's got 16 all comps, which is fantastic. But you can equally say that he's probably had more chances than any other striker in any team, including Man City. Including Man City. So
maybe they're both trash, but I'm still gonna take Jackson over one.
If he improves his finishing,
maybe they're both trash, but I'll take Jackson over.
Like, if he can improve his finishing, we might be talking about late 20 Premier League goals.
So cool. All right, look. Thanks, people. Thanks for listening. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel, share this with friends and family, comment. We've had quite a few comments on Instagram this week, so that is quite funny. So we'll go through that. And then there was a comment last week that I was supposed to bring up, but we didn't get the chance to, so I will go through that this week.
Ade's got fix his throwing technique. Maybe we should throw something else this week.
We're in an enclosed space, you know?
Cool. Look, there's only one place to start this week, so it's obviously Arsenal. United haven't played yet, but we'll talk about United. We'll talk about Ten Hag's interview.
I want Palace to win. No, I want United to win, bro.
Oh, why?
I want Ten Hag to stay.
All right, cool. We'll talk about.
And if we win, we might allow them to beat us even more.
Baby.
Yeah, we'll talk about his interview shortly. But let's just start with Arsenal yesterday. You had to win yesterday to put more pressure on City. Obviously, City still had at that time they haven't played. You've done what you have to do. Really, you play the game, create chances, score the goals you needed to score.
Clean
sheet, and you're still in it. What's your thoughts?
Going into it, I know Bear fans are probably thinking Bournemouth at home, but I wasn't as nervous as the Tottenham game. But because I was there last year, when we scored in the last minute against Bournemouth. That just kept ringing in my head up until 12:30 yesterday. That it's not gonna be an easy game. It's not gonna be an easy game. It's not gonna. Don't look at it as, what's gonna happen at United, and like overlook this game. So I still wanted the boys to take it seriously, and boy did they take it seriously. Like Arteta come out and said that was our best first half of the season. Yeah, it's up there with chance creation. I think if we go 3-4-0 up and we play that way, then it's the best. I'm trying to think if we've done that anywhere else this season, but it was a very dominant display.
Sheffield United away.
Yeah, Sheffield United exactly. But exactly. But it was a very dominant display, but it was too reminiscent of like the Chelsea game and the Villa game for me, where our chance creation is high. I mean, every player yesterday, every outfield player had a shot. Tomiyasu, the back four, all of them had a chance. But it's just our conversion rate. And I know there's only 2 games left and whatnot, so me asking for that is just it's ridiculous. Just put the chances. Just we've only 2 games left in it. Win 1-0 in it. But I'm just saying, for as many chances we're creating, we're not putting the ball in the back of the net enough. Yeah. And that was evident yesterday, where we needed a penalty to get our first goal. Well, we created like 13 chances before that. But I thought the football was flowing. It was beautiful. I don't think they had anything. The only thing that they had was Gabriel was a bit shaky with like 2 chances with Dom, and Saliba's helped him out. Saliba was fantastic again yesterday. So I thought it was a dominant first half display. But then second half, whatever Iraola's done, because I like Gary Neville or not, top manager, done well at Bournemouth, done well at Wolves. But then this Bournemouth guy, he hasn't done a rubbish job at Bournemouth either. If you saw their second half performance yesterday, you could tell that's a tactical something. Whatever he's done, he's flipped it, because we no longer had just dominance and control of the game no more. It was almost like Deck said it after, and I said it during the game, like it was almost like a transition game, like a basketball game, because they were really keeping the ball and then attacking us, and we had to break up their play and then go on our attack. Yeah. Whereas we don't like to play like that. You know how we like to play in their half and control side to side. Yeah. So credit to them, and I thought like we needed the second goal, because whether we can keep a clean sheet or not, it doesn't matter. Penalty, handball,
anything changes quickly.
David Raya, you know, he might do something silly. So Trossard getting that goal, and obviously we spoke about Trossard at the start, coming up clutch again. I think that's his 11th league goal, 16 all comps. Yeah. Beautiful first time finish. And he was probably like, you know what, you lot keep missing all these dumb chances in the first half. Just give me the ball and I'll put it away. And then obviously once he got the second goal, that calmed it down. I definitely think their goal should have stood, because that was nonsense. I don't understand what VAR was doing. I don't know what David Raya was doing, first and foremost. Dom's done that. Literally like that.
But any touch is...
but the touch wasn't like...
The
touch was like...
Nah, the way they're going to view is any touch.
Yeah, and it was nonsense. So I thought their goal should have stood, and that would have made it 2-1, and that would have made it nervous again. But when it didn't stand, I thought it was pretty home and dry. And then obviously Deck gets the goal, which capped off his performance, because I thought Deck was good. I don't think there was no one that was man of the match, like outstanding. They were all good. Odegaard was sensational again. Thomas Partey back in, controlling it. Saka had a better game. But yeah, Deck getting that goal was icing on the cake. And 3-0, we probably definitely warranted a 3-0 display, because like I think we ended up having 20-something chances on goal. But I definitely want to big up Iraola, because that second half performance from them, I did look at it and think, not bad. Cool.
Yeah. And I didn't. Obviously, I think I got to Ali's house as soon as Saka was taking the pen. I didn't get to watch the first half. Obviously, I got to Ali as soon as he was taking the pen. But all I cared about was him scoring because of my fantasy. Yeah. I needed him to score, but I didn't think he was going to have any issues with Bournemouth. Generally, as you said, historically you got a good record against them, home and away. So apart from obviously you almost had that bleep last season, but historically you normally have
that game almost gave me a heart attack.
Yeah, you normally have a good season. I mean, good game against them, and you had to win. Really, there's nothing else to it. There's nothing else to it. You had to win, man. 2 more wins. You have to win it, and just hope that City drop points. But I didn't think City was going to drop points against Wolves. As I said, I do believe the next 2 is going to be harder than the previous 2. The previous 2, Brighton and Wolves, I expected City to beat them because of the way they play football.
Saw the way Wolves are doing suicide yesterday, man.
Yeah.
Like I get trying to play out, but then sometimes
you can't say that now.
No. Lose, though,
What I'm saying is, if they're playing out, and they've been caught once, they got caught the second time. When they get some goalkeeper to Totti, he can go to Cunha. He doesn't have to go through the midfield again the third time.
Yeah.
Go through Cunha, and then maybe the 4th time,
we've said
then you play.
No, remember before.
That's all.
Keep trying. You have to keep doing it. You said it previously that you have to keep trying it. You have to keep trying it. So let them keep trying it.
When we went to Etihad, did you see Saliba, Gabriel, and Raya do it every time?
Yeah, they're silly. They should have to keep trying it.
I like Gary Neville. I like Gary Neville. I just thought like, come on, man.
Now I heard what Adi saying, but according to what you said previously, you said they should keep trying it. And
but my thing is not. I'm not saying they don't try it. I'm saying
you're saying that they should go down the line rather than trying to go through the middle.
If it don't make sense to keep doing it, then don't keep doing it. But no, our view is Keep doing it.
No. Keep doing it, yeah. But you're in the game. You understand. I've passed it. Let's say, okay, Tom's right back. I'm sending him. Tom's passed it to me. I've got caught twice by Rodney. Ade's playing up front. I'm probably telling Tom, bypass me. I've just been caught 2 times. Let's play off Ade. Then the 4th time, then play with me because they might think, oh, he's gonna go to Ade again.
Yeah.
It's just game intelligence. And I just thought yesterday they were just every time. Every time.
They ain't got nothing to play for, man.
Yeah, to be fair, Wolves don't have nothing to play. There's a lot of them at the moment that don't have anything to play for.
I switched it off, man. I switched off my half time. I didn't even watch it half.
Yeah. They have nothing
to lose, man.
Yeah. So, in your mind, where do you think it's possible that City drop points?
It's gonna have to be Fulham, man. That shit team in North London, bro. Tottenham are just.
Or do you think Spurs?
Nah,
can
man.
They're not offering.
Nah, they're not on nothing. They're on nothing. I mean, I would like to think that on the day they just turn up and put in a performance.
Don't even think that. They're offering nothing.
I have to rely on like Fulham and Marco Silva to like kind of do something. They're at home, Craven Cottage. This is just hope. The league is over. Really and truly, Man City could go there and wipe them 4-0. It's very possible.
The league is over, Joe.
But the way Tottenham are playing, it's just.
You think it's over?
It's done, man. I thought Spurs, but Spurs, no, they're taking a piss.
My only hope is that they turn up on the day. That's it.
To where?
They just turn up on the day and find a performance out of nothing because they've lost 4 on the bounce now, isn't it?
What they've shown us?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Ange just rips them in training, so it's unacceptable. It's probably their last game in front of their fans, isn't it?
I was speaking to a Spurs fan and he was saying that he thinks the fans are turning against Ange.
No.
Really?
Yeah. No, this is coming from a Spurs fan that has season ticket.
Is it a fan that has sense, though? Does he have sense or is he borderline?
I don't know yet.
Because he was very happy at the start of the season.
No, they were all happy. Exactly. They're all happy, but he's basing it off facts. Like, as someone that goes to the stadium all the time, he's actually saying people are turning against him. Not that whether or not he's happy or not. He's literally saying.
I in the stadium with 60,000 people.
But I agree with that because that's what I was saying when I said the same.
60,000
I said the same thing when I went to Old Trafford and I said
about Sancho.
Yeah,
you're gonna have that.
You can only go off what the crowds are doing. Like, I mean. While you're in the stadium, and I do.
The fans are saying.
Well, the majority of fans might be saying that though in the stadium.
Is that way?
You know what happens is that once that starts, you get some that weren't thinking it, they start to question.
Yeah.
They should question themselves.
Yeah, because people are very short-sighted, and we've said it about football. People are very short-sighted. And they're only going to think about the immediate games that they've just gone through.
We don't need those people in football stadiums. I was there, and people was looking at me and saying, "What do you think of Mikel?"
Yeah,
and I was like, no, there's nothing wrong with him.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with him.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with him.
When
season 1, season 2, there's nothing wrong with him.
When you go stadium, you're gonna have that small conversation with fans.
What do you think of the manager?
Yeah, what do you think of this? What do you think?
I think he's brilliant.
This, or what do you think of this player? And then, bro, I said like, I do get what you mean. As much as we obviously don't see it, if that's what they're saying in the stadium, then it can happen. Because I had the same conversation when I was at Old Trafford. Literally, everyone around me was saying the same thing, and then. You can sense the frustration in the face every time he touches the ball. But look, good luck to them.
It's a shame though. It's a shame that it will come to that. They were loving it. They wanted him to continue playing the way he was playing. Obviously, you're gonna go through blips. Yeah. It's just the way.
But I'll be honest with you. When at the beginning of the season, I was just saying like, "Oh yes, he started off well." But I would like to see what he does until the end of the season, bro. I like him more right now. And that's just me personally. I like Ange more right now than the beginning of the season because I love the fact that he's sticking to his guns, bro. And this player is just thinking, all right, you don't want to do what I'm asking you to do. Come and sit here. But I love him more right now, and I do believe if he gets quality players around the pitch. Well, like his plans will work 100.
That's what I'm saying. I don't get the fans.
That's my personal opinion in it. Because I honestly like him more right now than at the beginning of the season. I wasn't one of. I hate that. I hate jumping on the bandwagon or he's done this. All I kept on saying is no. I want to see until the end of the season. But I love him more right now. I wish he was a Man United manager right now.
And that's where the difference between United and like Spurs are. So you know that what he's done, so as soon as the season started, you saw the way they played football, and we named it after him because he played Ange ball because he played a specific type of football.
The 2 fullbacks coming in as 10s, as 8s is different,
and it worked. Yeah. So now they've gone through a blip. He's already shown you that he's got a different footballing mentality, and he can implement it. For whatever reason, it's not working now. For United and Ten Hag, we haven't seen anything.
That's a lie.
That's a lie. I haven't seen nothing.
That's a lie.
So we haven't seen anything.
You haven't seen that. That's a lie. Ten Hag said he has a game model. He said it.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
So we,
no.
So we haven't seen it.
Me and you don't matter. He's the manager.
It's
the
true.
manager said that he has a game model and it works.
And I see ghosts, but right?
He said it works.
But and that's where the issue is, because if we were seeing something, we're seeing something consistent, then we would be like, oh, maybe something's wrong, or it's the injuries. But now we're not considering everything else because we're not seeing the foundations, the core part.
You would just be where I was 3 years ago, where it was like when everyone was saying, "Do you want to?" And I was like, "No, I'll tell you."
I can see something.
My thing is, I can see something.
Yeah.
But how I looked at football and whatnot was just, it's the personnel. So instead of Kolasinac inverting, it's Zinchenko inverting. Instead of Mustafi trying to play out, it's Saliba trying to play out. Do you know what I'm saying? Instead of it being Lucas Torreira being the presser, it's now Odegaard being the presser. So how we play football hasn't really changed much underneath Arteta. It's just the personnel. Everyone's different. So now they might sign me as a centre mid, and Arteta might be how I open my body up when I receive the ball is not good enough. But I still want to play that way. So Hamed, come and sit down here. Ade, I love the way you open your body up when you receive the ball. Yeah. So we're gonna go get you. And I think that's where Ange is.
100%.
How his system is. Watching it, that brand of football is lovely to watch.
It's lovely.
Now you just want to go, instead of Pape Sarr, I like Pape Sarr.
Yeah.
You now go get someone else that can do that. You know what I'm saying? And now he has other players that can do what he wants.
And the reason why I even think he's even better for Spurs is because for him, as a manager, for me, I was an outsider. I'm not a Spurs fan watching it. Is there's players that were doing this at the beginning of the season that bought into the idea, and all of a sudden, now he wants you to pass forward. You now want to pass back. Yeah. It means that I can't rely on you anymore. So that's what Hammond's saying comes into place. It's the personnel, not my plan. Because when my plan was working, you all bought into it. You all bought into it because we had a few injuries and it's starting our progression.
So that's another thing he said, is that he thinks there's something, maybe he's lost certain players in the team.
Okay.
He did say
Yeah,
that.
because that's literally
his
what
last
he
press
messaged
conference
me.
was dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Because he
what
was
the guy messaged me.
I got to change something.
Yeah.
And if that means some of these players got to get the fuck out of here,
They've got to.
So that's what the boy said.
They'll
The
get the fuck out of
boy
it.
literally said, I think he's lost a couple of them. And that's what, it happens, right? But at the end of the day, he replaces them, they do better. We bought players to buy into the Ten Hag philosophy, and they can't even get onto the pitch.
Yeah.
So what the hell?
just give him time, man.
Yeah. So no,
Damn.
We'll speak about Ten Hag later, but in terms of
But yeah, basically the point is Tottenham ain't doing shit against City.
like in terms of Ange, look, it is, you never know anyway. But
Maybe they might,
but from the way they're you just never know, bro.
You never know. They
You
might
just
get
never
4
know.
red cards, 6 red cards. They call off the game. Any shit can happen.
Anything can happen, bro. It's football. Absolutely.
The only thing that can happen is Messi had to get a red card. If they have 11 players on the pitch against Tottenham,
I'm not even sure. I don't even think they lose with 10.
No, I was telling Tom on the
No, that's not laugh. I don't think
I
they
think
lose
it's a
with 10.
draw. It's a draw.
Yeah, I don't think they lose.
Draw.
I don't even think they draw with 10. I think they were.
They'd have to. That'll be their first win at that stadium, though.
Yeah,
If they win, that'll be their first win,
bro.
And I'm hoping that hoodoo, whatever, hangs over them. And
The fact is, City are doing City things, and right now Spurs are just not on it. So it's an issue.
Like, but look, for Spurs, any first fans that does think any different, that is turning against Ange, we would like to know.
Yeah.
I would like to know what your thought is on Ange, because for me personally, for someone that hasn't, obviously, that didn't buy into it at the beginning of the season, I love him a lot more now. I will swap him in a heartbeat for
Ben 10.
Ben 10 right now, bro. I will swap him right now. We'll see how they get on next season anyway. I don't think they'll make top 4 anymore.
I think Villa just need a win. Villa just need a win and it's done.
Yeah, I think they need a draw. They need a draw.
Yeah,
How many games?
the max Liverpool Tottenham.
Oh no, Tottenham's got Tottenham got 9. Oh yeah, they need a win.
I think.
Yeah, so Tottenham have got to win their last 3 games.
They need 3 points.
Villa on 67, isn't it?
Yeah, Tottenham's going to win their last. Yeah, they need the last 3
Or
games.
Spurs to drop the points themselves.
Yeah, Spurs. Yeah, pretty much.
Villa getting top 4. That's I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get that rabbit hole, but that's massive for them.
Massive.
That's the Villa top 4.
Yeah, massive.
That's another team for us.
Great achievement. We'll do. And I don't like when we
massive,
just to give the heads up, when we are thinking about like the team of the season, by the way, I don't want us to be thinking of just the last 6 months, and like we need to think about the totality of the season, bro. Because there's so many players that dropped off from the first 6 months that hasn't been good Second half.
Neither of those Villa players are getting in the field.
We'll see. Anyway.
No, don't say we'll see, bro.
Bro, they are, bro.
Wait. So you're telling me that Phil's not going to go to your team of the season?
Bro.
Yeah, right.
We'll deal with
this. Wait.
I'm
not having it. We'll talk about it in 2 weeks.
No, so you're telling me right now that Phil Foden is going to miss out on this season's team of the season because of Douglas Luiz and Phil and John McGinn?
I'm not having it, man.
All we're saying is that we'll talk about it in 2 weeks. No one's saying yes, no one's saying no. We're just saying we'll talk about it in 2 weeks' time.
We'll see.
Today's not the day.
I want you guys to know I will not be returning to this pod next season.
Then it's only going to be Tom next season. If Ten Hag is still there, then it's only going to be Tom next season.
And I don't want to be associated with the team. If Jordan's not in it, I don't want to be associated with this.
Well, we'll get through to that. When's that? Is that going to be next week or the week after?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah. 2 weeks after. All right, cool. Look, we'll see what Man City does against Spurs. They've got to go to Fulham first. Which will be a challenging game, but just like Ade said, Fulham had nothing to play for anymore. A lot of this team have nothing to play for. They're probably planning their summer holiday as it is. Some of the players, like I think, what's Fulham centre back's name? He's already confirmed.
Tosin's leaving.
Tosin's leaving.
That's a good pickup for anyone.
He's not playing anymore, though. Anyway,
he's not playing.
Okay,
cool.
But that's a good pickup for anyone.
100%. So look, I don't think.
I'll take him as back.
I don't think he's playing for anything, and Spurs. We'll see what they do with City. But what should we say? Is there anything else on that? Let's just quickly touch on the Spurs and Liverpool game today. Yeah. Salah, he obviously after the incident last week, he's obviously gone on the score and got an assist. But to be fair, I think Emerson Royale just gave him all the space in the world today. Like he was able to do absolutely anything today. Emerson Royale wasn't even trying to check for him at any given time. Like, which doesn't make sense. After the first goal, at least you think, oh, cool, I need to start looking over my shoulder. But he had all
Emerson Royale just doing Emerson Royale things.
No, the fact is, he ain't been playing football.
Yeah.
You put him on the pitch, he's probably thinking...
And he's not right back. He's not left back.
He's not left back. He's probably thinking, fuck you. Yeah, you're wasting my time.
Yeah, no.
I'm not doing anything here.
Liverpool are comfortable, man. Liverpool are comfortable up until, when they made all those subs and then Tottenham made a mini revival. But they were comfortable, man. And Harvey Elliott. That's what a player.
What a player. The boy's quality.
Yeah,
quality.
I love his
tweeted that. Yeah. I need him to break into Liverpool's 11 next season.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way. But I just want to watch him play football
and he deserves it.
Every week.
He deserves it, yeah. He's exciting.
Baller, bro.
He's exciting.
Yeah. I love his development at Liverpool, though, because obviously he's had injuries and over the last few, because it's saying, but it's a shame.
Curtis is cold as well.
That's what I was about to. You took the words out of my mouth, because it's a shame with a lot of these players like Curtis as well. Like their growth kept with injury. Like they start getting a run of games, and all of a sudden they get injured. And with these top teams, when you have another player that when there's so much competition, by the time you come back,
look at ESR. ESR was our savior 2 years ago.
No one's gonna wait for you anymore, bro. And that's how it is nowadays.
ESR was juggling for minutes with Odegaard. Look at both their careers now. Odegaard's captain, and he's looked at as one of the best players in the world. ESR just chopping bench, bro. But both of them are going back and forth for minutes 2 seasons ago.
Yeah. So and it's honestly, it's a shame, man. But
but
well done to him. We'll see. Liverpool, obviously, that's the penultimate game out. At Anfield, so I got one more at Anfield. Say goodbye to Klopp. Probably it's nice to get a Liverpool fan on. Just come and just say
summarize the 8-9 years that
it would be nice to get someone on just to summarize your thoughts on Jurgen, and
I'll be happy to see him leave. One down, another one to go.
And obviously they've confirmed
that one to go is Arteta.
Nah, you're right.
So that's it, man. We'll go through all of that.
Were there any sick goals in that game? Just Harvey's
goal. Yeah, just Harvey's goal, really.
And Cody played well. I thought Cody or Harvey should have got man of the match, but Harvey got man of the match. I thought Cody Gakpo played well.
Yeah, so it was just both of them. But, obviously United didn't play.
Which
haven't played yet.
Lost.
So what we
it just stinks of a United loss, isn't it? Palace away, Monday night, underneath the floodlights.
So I've had 1-0 Palace down, but now if Eze's not playing, I might change that to a 0-0 or 1-0. Maybe to a 0-0.
But we don't have no centre back.
Yeah. No, and JP's up there, bro.
Mateta, it's true.
Mateta's...
I'll leave it as a 1-0.
Yeah.
It won't be bare. It will just be like 1-0 or something.
Cool. All right, let's just talk about his interview before we jump onto the rest of the games this week.
Do you see the Ineos, just talking about Palace, do you see the Ineos, the links and whatnot with Elise, the 60 million?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Saying it's pretty
strong.
It's something that you guys
I'm not taking in. I'm not really listening to it.
I'm just hoping the boy himself tells his agent, I don't want to go there.
I'm not interested in trying to get myself
I'm hoping he says, I don't want to go there.
Yeah. Until I see contracts.
Yeah. You're always going to get interest, though. Yeah. As much as everyone says that, United's in a bad place.
Man United, bro.
We're always going to get interest, bro. So people can say as much shit as they want.
Yeah, it's Man United. Man United are offering a madness, bro.
There's always going to be interest to play at United. But yeah, let's just go into his interview. Okay, cool. Ham, do you just want to go into it? Because I know you watch it in detail. So we'll start off with you, and then we'll just pinpoint. We'll just pick up from whatever you say.
Yeah, I thought it was a great interview. I thought it was, you know me, I already know my stars. We want him to stay. That's what we sing. That's what all the opposition fans sing. Eric Ten Hag, we want you to stay. And I thought his interview come across as someone that could justify, in his mind anyway, justify why the season has gone the way it's gone. Because he mentioned the whole 30 contributions just at the back combination. Sorry, in terms of like he had to have 30 different back fours, and for anybody that's disruptive in itself, innit? And he spoke a lot about how Martinez and Shaw, how they play, how it affects how you guys play, basically, and having them out of the team, meaning that he's had to put someone else in there, which naturally affects the gameplay. Because he was talking a lot about, because Gary mentioned, but why do we have so many shots against us? And he spoke about, Martinez stepping in and whatnot, and then not allowing that many shots, not allowing the ball to come that far anyway, and whatnot. And Luke Shaw helping, because Luke Shaw does step in a lot when he plays for you lot. So he spoke about injuries a lot, about how that's affected him in comparison to other teams. I don't think he mentioned Arsenal in this interview, but he talks a lot about how we're able to have like a stable back four and whatnot. And then he spoke about his job is to get results, innit? And if you look back at last season, because he's done a lot of reference to last season, so I think it's someone that understands that, yes, this season hasn't gone great.
He has to be.
Yeah. Yes, this season hasn't gone great, but if you look last season when I had less injuries, I was able to play my football. We went to two finals, we went to, innit? 2 finals, we won one. This season, loads of injuries, but I've still got you to another final and whatnot. So I just think he was, I thought he came across good. He didn't come across as someone that was crazy. Recently he's been coming across someone that's a bit
coming across crazy.
Yeah. But I thought this interview, I don't know whether maybe it's because of Gary Neville interviewing. It wasn't a journalist. It was more like Gary, maybe more comfortable.
Yeah.
But I thought he came across as someone that articulated himself well in terms of, yes, I understand that the situation is bad. It's Man United. But we have a duty to win, and we're trying to win. And obviously, if I get my players back, and he was adamant that there's a game model, because Gary came up and said Jason Wilcox is coming in. He's a technical director, but he's coming in on to
write a plan,
game model. So is it because there's not one there, or is there one there that you're trying to change? And he was like, we have a game model. That's what I was saying earlier already. He said we have a game model, and it's pretty much the same through the first team, through the academy and whatnot. So it's Man United, they want to entertain, want to be on the front foot, high pressing. But I thought he was saying a lot of buzzwords.
Yeah.
He was saying a lot of things that, okay, it's like, okay, cool, we hear that, but we can't see it on the pitch and whatnot. But just as a summary, I thought he did come across well, and I do think Ineos will listen to him. It's up to them whether they think it's enough to keep him for another year underneath this whole new structure, which is my argument for him. Everyone argues against him. My argument for him is just they've changed everything above him. Let's see how he operates in that new system. And even if that's just, remember, he's got 2 years left. So even if it's just another year into his contract, and we just see how that goes, because they don't want to have to go look for another manager. They might say this season's been an absolute mess. Last season, cool, see you later. And I don't think he could say it was undeserved. I'm saying I don't think his camp could say, "Wow, we can't believe they sacked him." You know what I'm saying? But I think if they kept him, I think I can understand why they would.
So my view last week was pretty much that they're gonna sack him. It doesn't make sense for them to keep him. But after that interview, I'm like, okay, I can see him saying enough for them to 100%.
Yeah.
I'm really not. Max keeps asking. I don't know if him and Ten Hag are boys, whether they make music together. But he's really pro. But I'm just like, you haven't shown me what you're saying. Like, obviously, we're talking about the shots. He's saying Martinez, blah blah blah. You restructure. Any good tactician will restructure their team.
Because Gary did say that. Have you ever thought about changing?
And the wingers don't come and support and all of that stuff. But you can't just have one.
But he was saying it's Man United. We can't really. He said that. That's a good point he made as well, Tom. He said that last season he was very on the front foot, trying to make things happen. He said because of injuries and whatnot, I can't ask these players that I've told to be front foot, to now be defensive.
No, but you have to because we're losing week in, week out, drawing week in, week out. So it's not that you can't, because best believe the board are looking at it and saying we would have preferred to be in the top 4 and make Champions League football, playing rubbish for a little while because you've got injuries, because we would understand that you've had injuries and your football's not pretty.
So you've kind
but
of
you've made the top 4.
Made us harder to beat.
But you've made the top 4, which is going to help us. Than you just getting smoked or drawing. You get me? And you're saying it's because we want to play on the top 4.
He just said he didn't want to change the players' mentality.
Us being Man United, we don't want to lose. First thing first, let's not lose. Forget the three. We're just getting 0 points every other week. So there are lots of things he said. I was like, you're just saying this, but I can imagine him sitting down with them and saying, it's not my fault, and then maybe being, all right, we'll see how it goes. But ultimately, as I said, I just haven't seen enough. Like, switch it up. A lot of it's for the midfield for me. Like, are you saying just because Martinez couldn't step up, that's why our midfield's like a sieve?
He did mention Mason Mount as well, buying Mason Mount and him being injured.
No, but even when he's fit, you haven't been able to use it.
Yeah.
And the reality is, it's a lie. He's using the fact that Mount got injured as a crutch. Because when Mount started the season, it wasn't working.
It wasn't exactly,
Where he was,
let's not do
revised
history.
Wasn't working.
But we said on paper before, I don't see how Mount, Casemiro, and Fernandes works in the midfield three.
It doesn't work. So now it's convenient to say, he was injured. Because even when he's come back now, you're not really using him. So it's convenient. It's easy to quickly mold an answer to what the situation is, but he
hasn't even used him in the middle when he's got back.
So
not only you've only to bring him on the bench. When he does bring him on the bench, he's taking off a winger.
It's easy. So it's easy to give those answers. It's easy.
He did speak about trying to get ready-made players that would help his system, how he wants. Because Gary asked him, you made a strange statement that you can't play Ajax football here. And then he went to go, and other people have, and he went to go speak about personnel again, having the right personnel to play that ball, and him not getting Frankie De Jong, and then having to pivot to Casemiro.
He
said Harry Kane.
He said Casemiro and De Jong would have complemented each other. So, which suggests he was planning on getting both of them. It's a lie because you got Casemiro instead of De Jong. So I think there's a few things that are clear and we already know the situation, but now your story doesn't match because it was we didn't get Young, so we got Casemiro, but now you're talking as if the plan was to always get both of them so because
one of the things from my watch is when he said that last season he had to make everything, because as you said, everything, the main thing for him was the result. So last season you had to get by last season just with wherever you can. Not playing how he really wanted to play last season.
The first 2 losses were heavy, innit?
So
like 4-0, 4-0.
So he said, I didn't want to play how I really wanted last season. I just wanted to get the results.
And he did.
Just stabilise the ball.
And for a while then, we did say we saw his football. We just said we didn't see it for prolonged periods
of time.
So which
he did, and he got the results. But my concern is said now the excuses this season is I can't play my football again because the players are injured. How long, bro?
We haven't seen it for the whole season.
So that's 2 seasons now, bro.
Just to be clear.
So what? It's injuries are part of football. As a manager, as an experienced manager, you need to know and understand that there will be times, critical games where your star player will be injured or key players will be injured, and everyone's probably suffered that during the course of the season.
And do the whole squad not play the same football?
No, 100%. That's what I'm saying. I was making this point to my friend. His job is to coach 25 to 26 players and let the academy players come through. And the second point is, Gary always said this, even before the Man United's injuries is really left back and left centre half. It's Luke Shaw and Martinez. The right back's pretty much been stable all season. Dalot, Wan-Bissaka. The other centre half has been Johnny, Harry, and whatnot. Midfielders stayed the same. Front three. Rashford's just fallen off a cliff. But everyone's been pretty fit, other than just that left-hand side.
So that's why I don't really buy it. So if you're saying, because of bro, try at least don't keep adjusting it game after game, adjusting whatever tactics you have. How is the player supposed to learn? Because now you saying that going into next season. So it's like the player will now start all over again. You've been there for 2 years, bear that in mind. So now, are you now saying that your third season is now when you're gonna start playing the way you?
That's what he's saying, though. 100%. So he's basically saying once I get better personnel,
well, you might
and I don't have as much injuries, I'll be able to.
But the issue is that when you
replacing, who's he replacing?
I don't know what United's transfer plans are.
So because who is he actually replacing? I want to see who he would like to replace and what that's going to change in the way he plays.
Yeah. Look, I don't buy the interview. Nothing from me personally has changed, but I don't disagree with what you say, Ham, in terms of like, I don't think Ineos would totally dismiss anything he says because of the way he mapped out what's happened to him 100%. Over like the course of like the 2 seasons. But for me personally, Ineos should be smarter than that. Should be able to see holistically what's happened during the 2 years and not, okay, cool. Not just, we know, like everyone has suffered the same issue in United. Like, we're not the only one. Newcastle United are probably.
Bro, we had to play Jakob Kivior left back for like bare games, bro.
What's annoying is that obviously we're talking about he was like, Gary was saying we're too open and we're getting too much shots, and he was like, he wants us to play on the front foot. We're playing on front foot, but we ain't fucking scoring goals. So what's the fuck's the point? So we're not scoring goals. So why are you still playing? So what's the point of playing on the front foot? But we're not scoring goals.
We're not scoring enough goals.
So we're now conceding more and not scoring the goals. So what's your brain fucking telling you?
It's just I don't honestly. I'm not buying it. It's up to Ineos to make the decision, but I'm pretty sure. Obviously, I'm pretty much like Ade. Previous to this interview, I was probably 99.9% sure it was going. Yeah. Now I would say I'm 90% sure. So I'll take that 9.9% off. I'll say 90% off. 90% sure that I still go. Because the way I see it as well is that you don't let a man that you're not sure about go into his final season, because the only topic of discussion every game will be is contract. You just don't let him go into his final season. You have 1 year left. You're not gonna let him go into his final year of season. It's either you believe in him, give him a new contract, or you let him go. You just don't let him see out his final season, especially like you might as well start now.
Just because of different circumstances. That's maybe the reason why they give him that. Like I said, because everything above him will be different. So let's just see how their relationships, how the better players we get him, and just see how he operates in it. But me personally, if you ask me, if I was advising Ineos, I would say if Thomas Tuchel's available, then we have to move for Thomas. So even if we wanted to keep Eric here, we have to get Thomas in. That's what I would advise.
For me personally,
because of me seeing Thomas in the Premiership with Chelsea, with Bayern, with Dortmund, I would say he's a better manager. I would go now.
I want to say something. I like Thomas Tuchel, but I'm not, because he's available. I'm not going to go for him.
You wouldn't.
I will only go for him if he aligns with whatever plan they have.
Yeah,
I'm not going for him. I don't want to start that because this man is available now. We need to go and get him.
We need to call him.
My argument is, I think Thomas is a really good manager.
Oh yeah.
So I will go.
I totally agree. I don't dispute. I think he's the only one. I would love Thomas Tuchel, but the plan is we're already structuring a new plan, right? So, and you've just talked about Walcott's trying to map out how we're going to play moving forward. So whatever manager we bring in has to be able to has to fit to that plan. He has to align to that. So if Tuchel is the man, like all means go and get him, because I like Tuchel as it is already. But if he's not the type, if he's not going to play what you want or whatever the plan you mapped out from like under 18s or 9 years old to to the first team, don't go for him.
But he's shown that he can operate at the highest level.
That's 100%.
I'm not disputing on that. I'm just saying it's not questioning his abilities.
The same way we talk about players, we're moving away from the big names. Well, now we want are you functional?
I believe he is.
And that's it.
Because Eric could turn around and say, everything you're asking about, I can do that. I can align him with Eric. He's in the seat now. He can tell Jason, he can tell them and say, yeah, but I can do that.
The only issue with him, he's gonna like they're gonna say, look, we've seen you try already. I mean, not with our plan, but we've seen what you can do in this club and what the players that you have already, despite you not carrying out the plans that we have. But we can already see what you've done already, so we don't think you can. With
he'll just say you haven't been given a fair shot.
Like if they look at Tuchel, I'm thinking, okay, cool. A lot of the things, so they'll probably have, let's say, like key objectives, like maybe 5-6 objectives that they're trying to take off, and the manager has to carry that. If what Tuchel has now takes off all those objectives,
and sometimes it doesn't even work. Sometimes it's not even anything. they have a meeting and it actually just doesn't work, right? Because sometimes I go for an interview and I'm like, fuck this place. I've gotten job offers where I'm like, I've even signed a contract and I'm like, nah, I'm not going to be on that place. And the reason I look at that is that I hear a lot of Liverpool fans saying, oh, we've probably got Slot, who is our third choice. But the truth is, who told you he's your third choice? Yes, Alonso was there. A lot of people think, oh, what we didn't get Amorim, so but actually, they might have got an interview and it's like, actually, you will be terrible for us. And people don't look at that. Alonso's turned you down, but Amorim might have just not been the right
Thomas Tuchel might be terrible for United. But I'm saying, me personally, if I'm looking at it, if I don't keep it, because I honestly buy into the argument that I've made that under the new umbrella, they can give him another year. And I wouldn't be opposed to that. Even though I don't like United, I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Why wouldn't you be opposed to it?
But I'm saying, if it was me also, and if this was Arsenal, and they were like, okay, Will's in a situation, it's like Arteta's fucking up, but he got to go. And I saw Thomas, I was like, well, if we get Thomas, then I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'm replacing a manager that's kind of inexperienced, because Ten Hag is inexperienced in England. And I'm replacing with someone that has been in England, played good football with Chelsea, even though they got rid of him, won the Champions League, gone to Bayern, done all right, and done brilliant at Dortmund as well. I'm gonna give him a chance here, bro. If I just give Ten Hag 4-year contract, I'm damn sure give Thomas 4-year contract.
Look, as I said, I'm not denying giving him a contract, but it has to align with whatever plan they have in place. There's no point like bringing him in, bringing Thomas in if he's not the guy. If whatever objectives are set in place, if he doesn't tick all those boxes, then there's no point.
I just don't think Thomas will come in on a yes man team because of his. You know what I'm saying? Because of it's like imagine if we if we tried to sign let's just say Ancelotti was 10 years younger. Ancelotti was on the market with everything he's won. Ancelotti would be like, okay, cool, I hear some of what you're saying, but I'm also coming in with.
No, I don't think it's a yes man thing. It's a thing where that's how he is. A thing where okay, cool, you might play football so the way your thoughts of football, how football should be played, you might have an idea in your head.
This is how my team works.
So if you now find someone that thinks exactly like you, you're gonna think, okay, you're the one. Do you know what I'm saying? This is how we wanted it to play. This is how we want to play football. And if you're saying this is exactly how you want to play football, let's do this together. You know what I'm saying? So when things are going bad, they're not going to shine upon you because they're going to give you the time because you have the same idea as us.
We got the same
know that if the idea is not the same or you're going against what we've initially agreed, then that's totally different. So it's got to be the same ideas. It's got to be someone that has the same ideas as them. There's no point of bringing someone in that don't have the same ideas.
I think Thomas is good. I think Thomas is a proactive manager, and he's very adaptable. He doesn't just stick with what's Thomas Tuchel's favorite system. No one can say this is how he plays. He's very adaptable and flexible.
Yeah, which is key.
If he's going to come to United,
but at the same time, he's now having disagreement with Bayern Munich. So Bayern saying that, he's saying all our young players are not good enough, or and he's saying I'm not saying that. So I'm saying, so those are the little things. We're not saying you're not a great manager, but now it's as if you're not in line with whatever plan they have in place, and that's all it is. You're a great manager.
You knew where it was when you come here.
Yeah, and I said that about when I watched Les Ferdinand on Overlap. He said the same thing. He said a lot of people look at it as if it's just a performance. He said, I'm telling you, 90% of the time it's not the performance. Go if anyone haven't seen that interview yet, that's probably one of the best I've seen in Overlap, but no one talks about it. It's probably one of the best. He's saying 90% of the time when a manager goes, it will be the fact that whatever plan we agreed, they've now gone against it.
The managers are fighting for their lives.
Well, we said that about Scott Parker because obviously everyone was like, "Oh, why they let him go?" But we knew that it wasn't because Scott Parker wasn't doing well. It's because he came out and had a rant about. That's why he went, and it was quite basic to see.
Simple, and I think we can say the same thing with the Conte and the Mourinho when they now whatever agreement they have in place. Whatever agreement they have in place, and then now
I've never watched someone try to get themselves fired weekly. You're like every week he was coming out, he was trying to get himself fired every week.
He said, I want that payoff,
bro. But look, we'll see what Ineos does.
It's massive for them as well.
It's massive.
This is like their first big decision, isn't it?
Cool. Yeah. Before we go off the topic of United, we did have a comment on. So obviously the comment on like Instagram, a lot of that comment on Instagram was based on like Ten Hag and his job, so we're not really going to go into that in details.
They got Max. Max is on Ten Hag's payroll. Ten Hag is giving up a. All
right, cool. Look, so we got a question here from Pat. Pat's basically saying this is recent though. This is not the last week one I wanted to. Say like, hey guys, great content. Appreciate you, Pat. Watching last night Champions League performance from Sancho is a reminder of how good a player he is. Given the option, would you still have him back at United? And can he? Sorry, let me read it. And can he? Sorry, I'm trying to realistically play his way back into the squad, basically. Realistically play his way back into the England setup.
You know what? Okay, so I'll start off with the United piece.
Yeah.
As long as Ten Hag is there, I don't think Sancho has a career at United. I think that's pretty much done, right? But I think if we change manager, there's an opportunity if he wants to come back. Because if his mind's already set on not being there, then that's already done. Yeah. As I've said many times, but remember last season, Sancho's my best player. I really love a firing Sancho. His ability is crazy.
Yeah, second to none.
He's crazy. So I wanted Sancho there. I didn't really want him to go, but things didn't go the way they were meant to. And ultimately, yes, he's performed in certain games. Some games he hasn't. But if he can translate that to the Premier League, where there's just a lot more focus on him, a lot more expectation on him, and he can translate that, I'll welcome him with open arms. In terms of the England one, I don't think so, because even when he was on fire, he was still behind man. Mm-hmm. So I don't think he really plays himself into the England fold, or even if he does, he's playing himself to be a sub.
Yeah.
Because even when he was on fire, guys were ahead of him. So
yeah. For me, the United one, I think when Sancho came to United, I don't think I can speak for my person. It's never ever about his ability. No one ever doubted his ability. And one thing I made clear when he was also going is that you've been at Dortmund before, and being honest and being frank, Manchester United is a bigger club than Dortmund. Mm-hmm. So the expectation is different. So if you are going back to Dortmund, you're not impressed. I don't care what you do there because you're not impressed me. You've done all of that before. If anything, you've done much more previously than now. So that doesn't impress me, and that's just the honest truth in it. So, and if you don't want to come back, then don't come back.
Yeah,
and that's where I am. It's not just Sancho.
No beef.
That's just with any other player. Don't come back. In terms of his performance, people need to come down because I'll be honest with you. I can almost guarantee you, 90% of people
that are screaming,
they've
only watched highlights.
They've only watched 90 minutes, and they've never watched any other 90 minutes he played.
They probably didn't even
because
watch that 90 minutes.
Was it a month or two ago? When the German media released about his performance, how bad he's been, I didn't hear him from nobody. Yeah. This is just a month or two ago.
Yeah, because he lost his
maybe
position.
a month, 6 weeks
a month
maximum.
Ago. This is not long ago. How bad he's been playing.
He had lost his shirt.
Yeah. This was like a month ago. I didn't hear absolutely nothing from anyone. Everyone is just basing it on that one performance because that one performance has been his best performance. And don't get me wrong, it's a great time to show how good you are. And then the thing is, Champions League semi-final. And the thing is, what you were doing, we've seen that though. We're not saying you can't do that. I don't think anyone will ever comes out and say that, you can't do that. Everyone know you're a footballer, you're a baller, but it has to be consistent. And then if you want to stay at Dortmund and you want to do that at Dortmund throughout your career, you absolutely look at Reitz, Marco Reus. He did that. And there's others that's left Dortmund. I couldn't get it done. Götze in the past. There's others that have left. I couldn't get it done. But there's others that have left Dortmund. I've got it done. Lewandowski have left. Got it done. Jude is gonna win a title. Haaland's won the treble. And this is not all you because Man United there's a heavy
setup at Man United.
Yeah, the setup at Man United.
But the thing is, you can be a player in the team and we'll be like, we pity you.
Yes, exactly.
Like
Marcus.
You're doing the thing.
Yeah,
you're doing the thing.
You can look at a player in the team and thinking they're letting you down.
Yeah.
Or when we bought Martinez, like obviously he's been injured this season. First season was okay, cool. We see why you're being bought. Like you don't deserve this kind of. So it's easy, but if you bear in mind. We talk about the management at United again. He didn't only just play for Ten Hag. He just probably spent as much time with Ten Hag as he did with the other managers because the first half of Ten Hag's reign, he had time off.
Yeah.
He's been under Oli first. Then after Oli, then he had Rangnick for a bit. Then when Ten Hag came, you went away. So you probably have as much time with Ten Hag as you did with the rest. And obviously, maybe you had personality. Maybe you guys didn't get along. But you can't blame what's happened to him all on Ten Hag. You had other managers there. So it's like, I just don't agree with, like, I've never ever doubted his talent. And that's something I've made very clear when he went back to Dortmund as well. But if it's up to him, if he wants to come back to United knowing that, I want to play football, or as they say, if the manager's not going to be there and he's obviously willing to put up his socks and thinking, I'm ready to play in a big stage, by all means, let him come back. But if he doesn't, then please don't let us force it.
Wherever we can get a buyer.
Let's just get a buyer, let him go, and then we move on. Like you can play well, whatever. If it's Dortmund you want to play well with,
and it's not a biggie.
It's not a big deal. It's honestly not a big deal.
I admire you from afar.
Because people also need to understand. You went to Dortmund. The Champions League success has been great. We're going because their position hasn't changed, bro. People are just forgetting. They're still fifth. But they're still going to make Champions League. You went there when it was fifth. And they're still fifth. And it's not as if you're anything close to Champions, like, it was like a point away from. You've been comfortably fifth.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So it's like, don't get carried away from that 90 minutes performance. It's just, bro, as a fan sometimes I think, like, what are people talking about? That's all I heard. That's all they could talk about.
And what they did against PSG, they've done against PSG earlier in the season. You get me? So it's not even a brand new thing. They were in the same group.
So it's like,
you get me?
Like, yes, you done well, like in that, and I'm not knocking that. And people will think I'm knocking this. I'm not knocking what he's done. It's just the noise around it, bro. Like a month ago, as I said, a German media, they were publicly
they were
enlightening him, saying that what is he doing? He hasn't played. He wasn't starting. He wasn't doing well, bro. They was taking him off after like 50.
And I still love him, so it's not as if I'm not even trying to hate.
But the night he's played what I don't think, and I haven't said that. You don't play your way back into the England squad after one performance. It's as simple as that. And we say the same about Marcus, bro. There's no way you're gonna put one performance in, and people that's been
Marcus is gonna go though.
We can't even find half a performance from Rashford right now.
He's gonna go.
Can't find nothing.
Well, I'm talking about whether he goes or not. I'm just talking about whether Marcus should go or not. I just don't think if you haven't performed, you shouldn't get rewarded for it. You haven't performed all season. Not 100%. One performance now shouldn't make Gareth think, maybe you can. What are you gonna do that we're not getting from Gordon already?
Yeah, Gareth is not me, because I'm a bastard. I'm taking him. Yeah, it's Gareth not me.
So I'm definitely not. I wouldn't. If for me personally, you ask me, he doesn't realistically play his way back into the squad, but it's up to Gareth. If Gareth does,
Gareth ain't even think about it, man.
Yeah,
Gareth ain't taking.
If he does think he should,
Gareth probably even know they was playing. Gareth didn't know they was playing.
Yeah, I don't.
Steve Holland probably told him, Sainz had a good game the other day.
Yeah, no, because to be honest, if you had looked even before all this drama, he'd already been by the side. He doesn't really fit in. He doesn't fit into the team.
He got nothing to do with his ability.
Yeah, nothing.
And I think it's important to make that clear. Like, I don't.
People won't see it. But he just hadn't fit into the team.
I don't think I've ever met anyone has ever said anything about his ability. We know, like, I think everyone's seen how good he is.
Benito, right?
Yeah, so we know it's something else. But it's just whether you just got to be consistent, and if you do want to play for your club, and I said United has to take accountability because they didn't help him as well. So but whatever structure we have in place, the environment also got it. And I'm guessing and that Dortmund environment helps him because and it's so look, Haaland's obviously doing well with the environment in the environment that he's gone to. Same thing with
Jude.
Yeah, Jude. They got environments that conducive.
And then as much as you want to blame Man United, whatever, yes, it's great. You come to United, bro. You have to make your own decision at the end of the day because all the other players, Jude, we wanted Jude. He made the decision that he didn't want to come to us. So there's players that made the decision that they didn't want to come to us. You obviously wanted to come to us, so you have to take accountability. And it hasn't worked out.
And I think from the start, from the very first air infection, not being able to start the season, Ronaldo coming.
From the get-go,
there's a lot. So it just is what it is. It's life. We'll move on.
Cool. But if you guys are selling, there's a buyer in North London that will take him.
You guys, 73 mil. 73 mil.
I mean, cool. I know Eddie and Mikel won't do it. But if they was holler at me,
we've done deal.
We're going to have to make it happen. We're going to have to make it happen, bro. Cool. I can play Sancho left or right.
Totally agreed.
And by the way, if Marcus is going as well, there's a buyer in North London that will take
100 mil.
I'll take one of them. I'm guaranteed I'll take one of them, bro.
Cool. Ham, do you want to add anything to that question or is there any?
No, I'm just fantasize.
Trying to buy him.
I'm trying to think of how Sancho plays with us, bro. Because in my mind, yeah, bro, we obviously we need. Remember, I said a striker isn't. Everyone at Arsenal fans want a striker. I want someone that can play in the forward line. So if you can play through the middle and play on the flanks,
Get some assists, get some goals.
Exactly. Because you can see how we play. We share our goals, and Sancho coming in will definitely help. Definitely, especially how we play and how he plays, and obviously having Arteta in there as well. Just probably tweak his game a little bit, and just get him to the next. Because he probably wants to go to the next level.
This guy just basically sorting us saying that you guys.
No, but like what Tom said, Tom saying what he's doing now, we've seen him do before.
Yeah.
So Sancho naturally would look at Vinny and Mbappe and all the top wingers, even Saka, because remember him and Saka were like literally everyone compared them to that. You can't compare them now
because it used to be one was starting or the other.
Yeah. You can't compare Saka and Sancho now. You'd be an idiot to say that. You might say that you still think Sancho has more ability than Saka.
Yeah.
But what Saka is showing you week in, week out, numbers and whatnot.
Consistency, bro.
Exactly. But I honestly think Sancho won't want to stand still. He'll want to go reach that next level that he thinks he can. And he probably just needs to find the environment, whether it might not be Arsenal, but wherever he goes next, they have to unlock him so he goes to that next level. And he isn't just another player with bags of ability, but doesn't do nothing. Like, look at Callum Hudson-Odoi, bags of ability. He's playing for Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, he dropped off a cliff.
He's playing for Nottingham Forest. Bayern Munich
off a
wanted him.
cliff.
So that's what I'm saying. So you don't want to be another player that we know you got ability, but you ain't
But
doing
they
nothing.
wanted him
And
before he even did anything.
People look at Saka, and I didn't even look at Saka and think, he's limited. He's limited, like he's not Joga Benito for me. He's limited, but with what he's got,
he does it and he does it well.
With what he's got, he gonna put up numbers. And every manager is gonna take a Saka over the players that have bags of ability. But I don't know what I'm gonna get from him week in, week out.
100%.
Cool. All right, look, let's just go through this weekend game. Run through the games quickly, and then I think we don't have much left. So we start with Luton and Everton. Do you think that's the end for Luton?
Yeah, done. It's done.
They tried though.
They tried.
Forest won, innit?
No, we've big respect for them. Like, it's not even a knock against them.
Yeah, let's not spend long.
The other two, fuck them, but they've tried.
Good luck. And well done to Elijah Adebayo. He's had a good
season. I'll be surprised if someone doesn't buy him. I'll be very surprised.
And is he the left back or right back?
Doherty.
No, he's gonna stay there. He's gonna stay there.
But the interesting thing will be what happens with Ross. That's what I want to know. If someone picks Ross up, maybe someone like Ipswich.
Because they only gave Ross 2-year contract, right?
Yeah.
So my thing is who picks Ross up, because Ross can't go and play Championship. Not after what he's shown us. He's still playing the Prem. So I want to see who picks Ross up.
Cool. I was with Ade yesterday, and we were talking about the 3 p.m. kickoff. And all Ade was telling me is, Brentford and Fulham, there's going to be goals. There's going to be goals. There's going to be goals.
The Babalawo had given it to you, Andy. The Babalawo gave it.
When he hasn't paid the Babalawo.
Babalawo said you are still owing him.
No. Historically, in that game, there are goals. I think like the last...
was nil, and then Jimenez missed the open goal, bro.
I didn't even see the replay.
Oh, my days.
But apparently, the last, 3-4 games, they've been over, 4 or 5 goals? Every single thing.
No, let's move on, man. Go, like Nigerians say, go, let's draw.
I got the clean sheet, though, so I welcome it.
And then we've got obviously the other relegation team, which they're probably gone now, is Burnley and Newcastle.
It's insulting to use the word probably. Probably. That's insulting to the word probably. You shouldn't be using that context.
Okay, they're gone.
They're gone, man.
They obviously got battered by Newcastle 4-1. I think Newcastle are pretty much they've got Brighton at home. You should think they'll beat Brighton at home, and then once they beat us, then pretty much cement their 6th place, and
that's dope for them.
And then Chelsea will probably get 7th at this rate.
At this rate, right? Yeah.
So
that's dope. That's dope for them. That's dope. Because they're a team. If Eddie Howe can do what Ten Hag's done. And my whole team's been injured all season.
So
I haven't been able to do nothing.
Bro,
I lost Harvey Barnes. I lost my centre half and Spen Botman that have had injuries.
Yeah.
They've had Botman this whole season.
Yeah.
This whole season.
Callum's been out the whole season.
If he come out and said, I reckon we would have made Champions League without the injuries, I can believe him.
100%. Them or Aston Villa, 100%.
Believe him.
He's not been able to play Joe Linton, Willock, and Bruno. He's midfield 3 all season.
Bro.
All season not been able to do that.
Anyway,
and big up Isak. Isak got the 20 league goals that I said he would.
Oh, he's got the 20 now. Yeah,
20.
So that's great.
20 that I said he would. So
I'll save it to the end.
He owes me a $5.
Save it to the end. And then we've got if we have time anyway. But there's something I want to ask you guys. Then we have Nottingham Forest, they're now safe.
Yeah. Hudson got
Because
2 in it, bag 2.
Bag 2. Oh, the first goal was disgusting.
Both of them are lovely.
And the thing is, bro, that fullback, I'm sure he had like 3 or 4. Kept on doing the same thing, cutting in, and then he kept on like giving him space to shoot as if like, yes, go ahead.
So left back is a World Cup win now.
Bruh. No, it was and okay, and I think obviously Brighton lost today. I mean, so Brighton beat Villa. Villa lost today. But Villa pretty much cemented that Champions League.
Brighton played well though.
Yeah, Brighton.
Long time I've seen them play well like that. They play well.
And West Ham got battered again. It could have been a lot more than 5. I watched the game. Could have been more than 5.
Moyes, they'll be chopping more than that.
Yeah, Moyes is leaving.
To be fair to them, they did hit the bar 3 times.
Jared Bowen hit the bar 3 times.
Yeah, Jared Bowen.
And Cole got that Cole Palmer's 21st league goal.
21st.
Okay, mate,
crazy. Yeah, 21st.
Well, he's not going to make the team of the year, is he?
No, he has to make it.
He has to.
Wait. No. I will black out this whole podcast now. So he has to make it, but Phil was questionable.
No, Phil's not questionable.
All we said was wait for 2 weeks. That's all we said.
No one's saying Quinn. No. No one's.
Sorry, people and you see your response. When I said, Phil was just like, I don't know.
No, do you know why?
No, he's making it. No, but can you see? Can you see a reaction?
Do you know why?
Why?
We knew if we say what we said about Phil, it'll cause you stress. And you're just chopping stress. You get me?
So you done it on purpose?
For free, you're just chopping stress. No one said no, but you're just eating stress.
Anyway, we'll get to that anyway.
Moving on.
You know, at this rate, we might need a mediator for someone else in on that day, bro.
Maybe. No, it's going to be calm.
Cool. So, that's... we talked about the Liverpool game already.
You think you're going to win tomorrow, though? Sorry, I don't know if that was your game.
No, I don't think so, no.
No.
I think they'll beat us. I just don't want...
I think there's a 24% chance we win.
Oh, really? No, I don't. Okay. Yeah, I don't think so.
Look at my Teta score hat trick.
Cool. And then what was I gonna say? Look, Chelsea's the last few games. Obviously, they got bad against you guys, but against
easy win
Spurs and West Ham, it just shows what they can potentially do, but they're just not consistent, really.
And they're 100% keeping Poch. All this noise about...
Yeah. He's got to stay.
If your bridge is saying Ange, I'm sure there's Chelsea fans saying, they don't know about...
Oh, but they've been talking about
Shut the hell up.
They've been hating on Poch
shut the hell up,
since Christmas.
Yeah, they're keeping Poch.
Since Christmas.
They're keeping Poch for another season, bro.
They're keeping Poch. Okay, while we're on Chelsea, actually, so that's the last game. That leads me on to the next... This was 2 weeks ago. A comment that we had on YouTube. Thanks, everyone, by the way. The 2 people that... commented. So please, we'll answer the question. So if you can, just obviously comment, ask us a question, and then we'll answer it on the pod. This is quite straightforward. I'll ask both of you. Well, I'll be devil's advocate because it's straightforward, but I'll be devil's advocate and try and put up a defense. As baby just pretty much says, a Chelsea fan, of course, it's pretty much said Saka or Palmer.
I'm not even answering that.
Being the advocate, let's just base it on this season.
I'm not answering that.
Not him as an overall player. Just base it on this season.
What are we asking, though? Who's the better player?
Who played better this season? Who played better this season? Let's just say we take... Okay, 2 questions. Who would you take?
Saka.
So if I'm picking a team all the time, I'll take Saka.
Okay, if you was assess both of their performances this season, who do you...
So who stood out more? Yeah. It has to be Palmer. You can't see it any other way. Mm-hmm. That's just the reality. You can't see it any other way. But if you tell me to pick a team, I'll take Saka every day.
And I don't disagree with exactly what you said. So, because as soon as I saw it, I was like, see the question, innit? I'm not going to lie, because it will always be Saka for me.
And it always you have to look at it from the correct perspective.
And
answer the question.
For me personally, I always want to see the follow-up season. I always believe it's great. Don't get me wrong, it's a good achievement doing something once, but to be consistent, go back and do it again, it's even harder.
But I'm not gonna lie, I think
he's gonna do it.
I think he plays with a confidence.
He's a baller, though.
He plays with a confidence.
Yeah,
it'll be hard unless he gets injured or something. He's too confident right now.
Yeah,
and it's hard
to
shake.
We'll see, because it's all great you doing now, but teams are now going to have game plans for you. Because if
teams that game plan for
Saka. So when teams now have game plans, because Saka doesn't get as much joy as he used to.
Nope. He gets double and triple team now.
So when teams don't have game,
and he's still back 15.
So when you're the focus, when you got a game on Saturday and you're playing the opposition, the manager is now going through the tactics for Saturday, and you're the main topic of conversation.
Left, right, and centre.
What do you now do now? So that obviously that's the challenge that he got to rise up to next season. So look, I'm not saying you can't do it, because as I said, his confidence level, his ability level is ridiculous.
Yeah. That's a dangerous combination.
So we'll just have to wait and see how he gets on next season. But,
and it's I wouldn't say it's unfair to Saka, but he plays freer.
Of course,
that statement you said is so
exactly.
When you ask a question, my head goes to images. I start,
yeah. It's not the same.
I just see Cole everywhere.
Yeah, he's not the same.
Game different.
It can affect the day, and he can basically do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
I'm saying, and because
it's his club.
Do you know what I'm saying? So
he's coming, and first season is the best player.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but we'll see how they get on next week. So yeah, those are the questions, anyways, and. Please keep commenting, and then and hopefully we'll answer the questions. The only other one we had was I think this was a Champions League one when we had a game at the end. Loved the game at the end of the and this Abdul. So which is we appreciate that. So just please comment, and we'll
appreciate you. Special shout out to Noni Maduike as well. He's playing well. Like Noni, the ability there.
The question I wanted to ask you guys actually before we jump off. Strikers. I've been impressed with the strikers this season, and there's a lot more focus on strikers getting goals.
The Premier League.
Yeah, Premier League. All the strikers got goals. Solanke, Watkins.
No, that's what I was asking you.
Yeah.
Because you know what? We don't think about those strikers.
What strikers are you talking about?
I'm even football. I don't know if
but I think
they bagged though.
No, but there's a lot more emphasis on them to score goals. Even when you're talking about Adebayo, long ago from Luton.
No, there was a lot of goals.
So there's a lot of goals from a lot of strikers this season, and which is the difference. We haven't had that a long time. We always say like Messi and Ronaldo changed the game, because now, obviously, wide players are now having to get more goals than ever. Yeah, but there's a lot more emphasis on strikers to get goals, especially this season specifically. Where a lot of them is on at least 15 plus, which we haven't seen in a long time. A lot of times when we see 15 plus, we probably get one striker in that list, and it's always Kane or something.
The standards dropped then.
You reckon the standards?
No, when we were growing up, the standards was 20 something. You had to back 20 something to get top striker. So I think the numbers they're doing now. Yeah, that's what they should do. Yeah, I don't think that number in 20s other than Haaland.
No.
I think it's 18, 19, 17.
Yeah. But it's even more than we don't normally see that though.
I'm saying
no, that's what
prior
the standards dropped.
Yeah.
So our base now is lower.
Yeah.
So we're now
fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I get.
And to be honest, this season there'll be more goals in the Premier League.
Ever. Fair enough.
You have to attribute that to how teams want to play now. We all want to play higher up the pitch. Even if it's 5 yards higher, we all want to play higher now. Look at Wolves yesterday. I'm just cussing them. They want to play football.
Because with 40-something games left in the season, we've already broken the record for number of goals. So, everyone's scoring.
Yeah. But big shout out to all them. Dom's having a proper season. Dom's knocking on the door and saying, you can't take Tony to the Euros and not take me. If I'm Dom, if I'm looking at it and saying, okay, if you're going to take Ollie as Kane's backup, you're going to take another striker.
Cool.
That first striker got to be me.
Yeah, so if you're looking at the top 10 strikers,
4 strikers.
So you got
Haaland, goal scorers or strikers.
Strikers. I'm just saying, how many strikers is in there? You got Haaland,
I can only see
Isak,
3,
Watkins, 4, Solanke.
4.
Yeah, that's it. Just 4. Yeah, 4 top 10.
And then
Bowen's a wide man.
Yeah, but then obviously, and then Jackson comes right.
We can't name it. That 13 is not. We can't be calling that number. We can't be calling that number. I don't care if it's number 11.
But then that 4 out of 5, we ain't seen that in a lot. I mean, 4 out of 10, we probably ain't seen that. A lot of the time, it's only Kane that's there.
Yeah,
it's a lot of the time. So
I mean, Haaland was injured for time, and he still come back, and he's still top goal scorer, bro.
Still top goal scorer, yeah. Which is
but what
the only person that's impressing me is Dom. Dom getting what's Dom on 15, 16?
Yeah.
What's Dom on?
Dom is on.
He's on
18
for Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Yes, that's impressive.
Well, Ollie's
goal involvement.
Ollie's goal involvement is crazy.
Yeah, Ollie's goal involvement.
19 goals, 12 assists. That's all.
Ollie puts himself about. That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, you got to give
even
him.
with Emery even telling him, I don't want you
to be. Yeah, even Cole. To be fair, even Cole's one's crazy. 9 assists, 21 goals. That's crazy.
Only second to Ollie.
Yeah. So. No, I like when I see players in the lesser, like the team that don't dominate the football, don't have that many. It lets me know that you're finishing. You're finishing.
Your conversion.
You're finishing. You're not looking at Jackson and Darwin Nunes that are getting 10 and scoring 1. Dom's probably getting 3 chances a game.
Yeah. But to be fair, like look, a lot of them, obviously, that we going back to our players, you might not see them in our player of the season, but their numbers are still crazy. Like their goal involvement, like Salah 18-10, Son 17-9, Bukayo 16-9.
Yeah, that's why it's good to do both. When you look at stats, do the eye test. Do both.
Do both. Foden 16-8.
Someone's assist might be they just lay the ball to Ade like this, and they got 10 of that. Oh yeah, he had a better season than Tom might be doing some mad
that's
ball
why
cup.
we have to do
You know
both.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
You have to do both.
You have to do both. You can't just say, the numbers is this. The eye test has to be involved as well.
I said I was telling Ham the most impressive one for me is definitely Trossard, because 11 in the league and 16 all competition for someone that doesn't want to start. Like as a player, I'll be pissed thinking, what else do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
Nothing. Keep doing what you're doing.
And then you're coming in those top games as well to do it. So it's just he's one's probably the most impressive one for me. And if it can, obviously, well, as I say, in terms of that position, I don't really think I'll change both of them unless you want because you don't want to disrupt those two. Let both of them battle for that position.
It's the right wing.
No, it's the right wing. It's only Saka. I think in terms of them two, let them two battle out. Martinelli
and just look at Martinelli's season and just look at it as like growing pains. Like I don't want, obviously I'm not Martinelli's biggest fan, but he's only 22, and I'm gonna look at it as you have a summer fresh. No, there's Copa America in it. Hopefully you don't go Copa America, and he's able to just be fresh. Come back next season. Know that you've lost your place to Trossard, and come and fight for that. And you know what I'm saying. But I don't think we need to buy anyone there. Just buy someone that can relieve Saka and go through the middle.
Cool.
Alexander Isak, please. Thank you very much.
I think that's it. Look, I've got a quick game for you guys. Actually, it's not.
I'm not asking for much, innit? Isak, Sancho.
How many have you said?
I might as well ask for Hercules and Zeus.
No, I'm not asking for much. I'm not asking for much. If my budget is 250 or 200, I'm just asking for 3 players. I'm not asking for much.
At least you can. Our budget's probably like 50, so. I ain't got much to ask for.
Alright, cool.
Blow the budget on Isak, please.
Gonna name 5 teams.
Yeah.
And the 5 teams, you just gotta name a Nigerian player that played for them. Whether present,
past or present.
Yeah, past or present, doesn't matter.
Light work.
Past or present.
Light work.
What if he's half Nigerian, half South African?
Doesn't matter. Nigerian. Light work. Cool.
Yeah, it's true. As long as it's still Nigerian. So we start off with PSG.
JJ Okocha.
Yeah.
Manchester United.
Who's Nigerian people doing Nigeria?
Igalo.
There you go, my boy.
Arsenal.
Nwako Kanu.
Chelsea.
Celeste Babayaro.
Last one, Liverpool.
Liverpool, Nigerian.
Remember you guys just said, as long as it has some Nigerian.
Dominic Solanke. Yeah, don't blame Liverpool.
Yeah,
Jordan Ibe.
That was a good one. So,
don't blame Liverpool, bro.
We're going there,
Yeah, you got.
We would have sat here till midnight.
Jordan Ibe as well, bro. I'm sure Jordan's got Nigeria in him.
Cool.
He does.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks, people. Thanks for listening. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel, share this with friends and family, and we appreciate the comments this week. So please keep commenting and let us know who you think should be in the team of the season. We're going to give us the awards, who your player of the season is.
Yep.
Young player of the season, manager of the season, and who should be in the team of the season. So let's.
To be honest, I think for the next 2 weeks we'll probably agree on a formation. That's the.
Formation 4-3, man. We always do 4-3.
No.
It's always Adam that wants to come. It's free.
But why is it?
That's the formation that most teams play, man. 4-3-3, bro. 1 striker, 2 wide men, 3 midfielders.
Nah, man.
So let's just let.
At least we know no Man United players are going to the team of the season. We know that for sure.
Why
You're not going
to bring them up? Why you need to bring them up in the first place?
Say it.
Why you need to bring them up?
If
I might want to get Dalo in that right back.
If our players wasn't injured, if our players weren't injured, they would have made it. All right. Have a good bank holiday. We out. Peace.